Hey everybody, Diecast Rhino here again. Today is a good day for you if you're an MBX fan or a Mopar fan. That's because we're going to take a look at the new Dodge Mainline series from Matchbox. This is part one of the series, with the second part being released later in the year. This series is supposed to be numbered 1 through 12, and you may notice that only 5 cars are released in this first series, and that there is no number 3. The cars here are numbered 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. So let's jump in and take a closer look at what we're dealing with. First up is the 1959 Dodge Coronet Police. The Dodge Coronet was a car produced in 7 generations, built by Dodge from 1949 until 1959. Then they took a little break and brought it back for 1965 through 1976. It went through runs as a full-size car and again as a mid-size. There were even muscle car versions of the Coronet beginning in 1965, as well as a high-performance model like the Super B. This 1959 Coronet would have appeared at the tail end of the 4th generation. Matchbox only started making this casting in 2019, but it appears to already be gaining some traction as far as popularity. It was featured in 2020 as an Everett Marshall Charities fundraiser car in both pink and red models. This version of the 59 Coronet is a glossy black color with silver trim and tons of detail. Starting at the front, there's a finely detailed grille with painted headlights and protruding parking lights down below. The Coronet logo is on the front fender as well as 3rd Precinct. Then going back further, there's an orange diagonal stripe, painted door handles, and a state police shield that says Matchbox 1180 on it. 1180 is in reference to the Matchbox model number, and if you turn the car over and look at the base, you'll see the code MB1180. Going back still further to the rear of the car, you'll see a larger 1180 in silver just below those big fins, and then a nice chrome bumper on the back. And of course, a strobe light on top of the police car. This model has a chrome base, light gray interior, and has black rimmed ringed disc wheels. Next up, the 2018 Dodge Charger. The Charger has been a mainstay of the Dodge lineup off and on since 1966. Obviously, as a car surviving into its 6th decade, the Charger has undergone a lot of changes. And by the way, if Dodge had bothered to release a Charger in the 90s, it would be in its 7th decade. The Charger has appeared on American streets as a subcompact hatchback, a full-size sedan, a personal luxury coupe, and of course a muscle car. By my count, this is the 4th edition of the 2018 Charger by Matchbox. This version is a metallic burgundy color that is heavy on the detail. The front grille is black and framed by painted headlights and fog lights. Moving towards the rear of the car, you have side view mirrors and molded door handles. The back end features the Dodge, Charger, and RT logos, as well as a nice license plate that reads Charger. The interior of this car is black, the base is black plastic, and the wheels are split 10 spokes. The 3rd car in the series is the Dodge Viper RT10. Now remember, even though it's the 3rd car in the series, it's number 4 on the card. Remember, we don't have a number 3 as of right now. The Dodge Viper was first introduced to the buying public in 1991, and it was a performance car. It originally had no exterior door handles, no key cylinders, no air conditioning. It also had no airbags in an effort to keep the weight down. At the time, Lamborghini was owned by Chrysler, so they asked some folks at Lambo to help design the V10 engine. Matchbox began making this car in 1994, and this particular one is a reissue of the 2020 Retro Series Viper. It's a 1st generation Viper, which you can tell by the exposed side exhaust on this Roadster. This model is metal flake blue with white racing stripes going up the hood and extending onto the trunk. It's not quite as detailed as our first 2 in this series. It does have the Viper RT logo on the sides right behind the front wheels. No painted grille, headlights, or tail lights. And it has a gray plastic base, gray interior, and 5-spoke super fast sport wheels. Next up in this set is the 1968 Dodge D200. Dodge began making D and W series trucks in 1961. From 1965 until the early 80s, the trucks were built in Warren, Michigan, and at a factory in Israel. Both the D100 and 200 light trucks were made for the civilian market and the Israeli army at the Israel factory. And Dodge made the D200 in a crew cab version and of course the Power Wagon version. Matchbox made its first 68 D200 in 2019. This D200 is a crew cab and it's a reissue from that first version in 2019. It's a lifted two-tone green truck. The grille, unfortunately, is part of the plastic base, so it has a fairly drab look to it on this model. Maybe if the base and grille were chrome, it would look a lot better. It has Dodge and 200 right behind the front wheel wells, silver and black pinstriping down the sides. Dodge is stamped into the tailgate, so that's a nice touch. This truck has a light gray plastic base, which includes the front and rear bumpers. The interior is black, and the wheels are road roller tires. And the last car in this series today is the 1978 Dodge Monaco police car. The Dodge Monaco was introduced in 1965 as the company's flagship model, replacing the custom 880. Over the life of the car, it was almost exclusively built as a full-size sedan. After a 12-year hiatus, the Monaco was brought back in 1990 to replace the Dodge Diplomat. When it resurfaced that year, it was downsized to an intermediate platform. After its final run, the Monaco was replaced by the Dodge Intrepid. The Monaco was built in two-door, four-door, convertible versions, and even a station wagon. Oh, and the Monaco was also used by law enforcement as well. Our Matchbox version is very close to the 2010 Matchbox release in their Emergency Response Mainline series. Both cars are a glossy royal blue color with beautiful chrome front grille, painted marker lights, and gold and white accent striping on both sides. A shield and sheriff painted on the doors. There's a Dodge logo on each side at the rear and a chrome rear bumper. The only real difference between the two models is that that light bar on top of the newer car is clear like the windshield, whereas it was orange in the 2010 model. The base is chrome plastic, the interior is a very light gray, and the wheels are cut tri-spokes. Well, that wraps up our look at this little Matchbox Dodge series. Overall, these are some really awesome cars with lots of detail. And frankly, this set is a good sampling of what Matchbox really is. Real cars with a mixture of modern and classic, roadsters and off-road trucks, all with extreme attention to detail. Let us know which one was your favorite. I think mine has got to be that Coronet police car. Leave some comments and likes, and please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.